Yo, how you guys doing out there? Little emergency live coming at you. Emergency live because there's breaking news. That's right, breaking news. Shicey Alex is coming at you with an emergency live breaking news talking about stick shift class FL2K. Drama is happening, so we need to know what's happening, and I wanted to get on live, emergency live, to get after it and see what's happening. No sponsors, no bullshit. Let's get right to the nitty gritty. Apparently, over the weekend at FL2K, Joel Grannas, the number one qualifier of stick shift class, I think stick shift elite, claims that he did not hear the call. He did not hear the call for stick shift elite to show up, and he feels that there was some shenanigans potentially happening at that situation, and the red Corvette got a bye. And then Garrett raced somebody else. And then at the end, the Corvette and Garrett raced, and bada bing, bada boom. So then he actually posted video because he was complaining. I didn't hear the call. I didn't hear the call. Now let's preface this with many things. There is a text alert system. Apparently they instituted a very advanced text alert system to let everybody know what's happening. So if you have your phone on you, you cannot miss that. I have been to many races with Lund Racing, and we are psychotic. We have never missed a call. But let's just say maybe he was busy. Maybe he was underneath the car messing with the clutch. Who knows? I have no idea what was happening with him. But he contends in a video that he posted today on his YouTube page that he didn't hear anything. And we'll go over that really quick. And then I have some thoughts, of course, as always, about this situation.
Paying attention, you could hear it in your video. Yeah, I could hear it, you can hear it in the video. That wasn't round 3 call. I knew it. I freaking knew that there was no call. And here, I'm going to prove it to you right now. Let's go through the video. 18 minutes before. So this is 18 minutes before the race. This is the initial call. They call out all 3 stick shift classes. Now, I didn't hear this one, so I'm not sure what happened. I don't know where I was at, but I didn't hear this call. This was the only call they made. So 18 minutes in, first call. I'm not going to show you this whole video. I'm going to skip through it to make it quick, but if you want, you can go out on Freedom Plus to day 4 video, go to 4 hours in. That's where the stick cars run round 3, and then back up 18 minutes, and you can review all this yourself and see that they make no call other than the first one initially. So here is 6 minutes before the race starts, before the stick cars run, 6 minutes. So at this point, they could have easily said, made another call here with 6 minutes left. That would have plenty of time for me to get up there and get to the lanes. But no, there was no more calls. They don't even mention anything stick shift for these last 6 minutes before they run.
Shootout comes up here.
I can't comprehend it. At this level, when you make one call.
Okay, so he contends no other announcements were made after he said, I need all 3 stick shift shootout classes to show up. Now, I'm going to ask you guys some questions because I need to know where I can't see shit. The shicey being a problem. Okay, I need to know where we stand on this. Number 1, is Joel Grannas a known person? Yes or no? Is Joel Grannas a known racer? Yes or no? I understand every other car heard it. I'm not saying that. But is Joel Grannas a known racer? Yes or no? Because if he is a known racer, I don't think you would run the class without a known racer. But that's my opinion. And again, I am not excusing the fact that he should take ownership of the fact that he didn't show up and missed the call. But let's be honest. If you look in the staging lanes and you see, Garrett, a red Corvette, and I forget the other vehicle, sorry. But you don't see the Grannas Toyota Supra. I'm not in the 2J world. I'm not in the Honda. I'm not in the JDM anything. But I know who Joel Grannas is. So wouldn't you pick up the mic and go, Joel Grannas? Now, if Joel Grannas would have broken, I would hope that a racer of his caliber would have gone up to the tower and said, hey, man, I broke, so don't even look out for me. I'm good to go. But at no point was, as far as I know, again, I watched some of the feed from some of the replays. at no point did anyone go, damn, what happened with Joel Grannas? What happened with Joel Grannas? Now, let's do a thought experiment with you guys because I like doing this with you guys. Let's change the names. Yeah, Tristan Mazzone, the car's hard to miss. Car's hard to miss. The car's a known car. You know it's Grannas' car. Let's change some names and let's run some scenarios through your stuff. Let's say it's Extreme 28s. And the number one qualifier is Brett LaSala. Do you think they'd run Extreme 28s, look in the staging lanes, notice that a Brett LaSala is not in the staging lanes, and potentially say, well, I'm not going to, I think they would say something to this effect. I would think if he wasn't in the staging lanes, they would do something like this.
Attention in the bits, I need Brett LaSala. Brett LaSala, please come to the staging lanes, please. Brett LaSala, we need you to the lanes, please.
Right. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But I don't know what happened over there. I don't know. I have no idea. But if a very high-profile racer is missing from a very high-profile class, I don't think I want to run that class without that person. Again, I am not excusing Joel Grannas from missing the call. So subsequently, apparently, Garrett called him out and said, well, if that's the race you thought should have happened, I'll race you for $15,000 tomorrow. Now, this is the advice I would personally give Joel Grannas. If he felt he was slighted, I would not take that race. And this is why. You're going into enemy territory. But if you do take that race and you win, boy, aren't you going to look gangster. But if you lose, you kind of set yourself up for failure because this is what they're doing right now. They're making you look like a crybaby. And honestly, people are going to say things because he has a huge fan base. So you look bad. You're going into enemy territory. Like it's going to be really, really tough. So I personally wouldn't take that race. This is what I would do if I was you, Joel Grannas. I would say, you know what? I'll race you at World Cup. Let's do it at a neutral track. Let's not have any home team advantages, no shenanigans. And on round 3 of qualifying at nighttime at World Cup, I will race you for those $15,000. That's personally what I would do if you felt slighted. But if you just plain and simply missed the call, then that's on you. And I totally understand if you feel like, hey, this is bullshit, but you did accept, according to some of the internet reports, you have already accepted the race and you said you wanted it at 8 o'clock at night. And let me see, there's another video that I got here that is interesting. Let me see.
Grannas did not come out of the lanes.
Interesting.
That would have been a good six-second matchup. And has one of the fastest cars here. Who's your number one qualifier?
Right. Like your number one you know how many fans he has in the 6-shift world? Your number one qualifier was missing. And no one made the special call. I'm not saying they should have. There's no special treatment, obviously. But I'm just saying, let's mix some words around. And if Extreme 28s had a high-profile racer missing, maybe shoe being on the other foot. Now, the problem with Joel Grannas is he has an uphill battle. Apparently, you guys might have to tell me. Is he not liked by other racers? Like, is he not liked by other racers? Is he disliked by other racers? Is he known as, again, I don't know this. I don't know. Is he known as a crybaby? Is he known as a sore loser? What is the aura around someone like a Joel Grannas? Because from an outsider's perspective, I go, that guy's a legit racer. That guy's in there. He's getting after it. I mean, the dude races, he was one of the OGs of this, one of the fastest first guys in the 6s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And the car has gone through many different iterations. So is he known as a bad guy? Has he done weird shit? According to Heath, nobody likes him. So, interesting. Because I could treat this just like wrestling. They don't have to like you. Nobody has to like you. Dead ass. Not even one of his so-called fans told him he's about to miss the lanes. Right. Nobody was like, hey, they're running. Like, if he is not liked in that community, Alejandro Flores would lean into that. I'd be the heel. I'd be the fucking heel. I'd wear the black hat. No problem. But at the end of the day, I think it's kind of shitty either way. And again, it's just a perfect storm of bullshit. I don't think there was any shenanigans done by the track. And I think Joel should have just done a better job of listening. But we're here now. So do you think he should take the race if he felt he was slighted at BMP, or have a way bigger venue, a way bigger event, more eyeballs, and you say, you know what? I take it back. Let's race at World Cup round 3 of qualifying, and let's bring it up to $20,000, and we'll settle it there, and a bunch more people can see it, as opposed to a random Tuesday in Bradenton. Again, if you want to really stir shit up, you got to let this play out, and you want more eyeballs on it. You could make shirts. You could make stupid shirts. I'm telling you, you guys are going about it a little wrong if you want to really wring this sucker out and get as much out of it as you can. Didn't he start at the Pro Mod stuff when Joel Steele with a few years ago? Oh, yeah, yes, God. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Joel Steele and him did not get along. Joel Steele, who had one of the quickest S197 six-shift cars ever, and it like lived in the 680s. He did not like Joel Grannas, but I don't know why. And again, at the end of the day, nobody has to like you. You're racing. You're racing. Who cares? They don't have to like you. You don't have to be fucking friends. I don't like people. I don't like my adversary. You think I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, man? Have a good race. Fuck you. We're racing for money. Fuck all that. Just seems like a lot of crying. If he comes out and he gets busted, it'll be even funnier. So this is okay. You're right. He could be playing perfectly into the hands of his haters. And as a guy who is pretty hated by a bunch of fucking retards, I understand not to give them any ammunition and to control the narrative. And if you're going to emotionally accept a race on a Tuesday at 8 p.m., as opposed to saying, nah, let's ring it out. Let's get the internet buzzing. Let's get a lot of shit talking in play so that we can extend this rivalry and it can become a rivalry. I think it's better. Not only is the track, let's just be honest, and I'm not, no dig at BMP. They put a bunch of money into their track. I'm not a fan, but whatever. They resurfaced the whole track and supposedly it's better than ever. I don't think at its best, it's as good as MIR in November or late October. Sorry. I've been there too many times and got stuck to the goddamn track to know any better. Devil's advocate. Cornelius Grayley says to Hatch, the service as the track was non-existent because all of the spectators, like at every large event, BMP. Excellent point, Cornelius Grayley. Just because a text message is sent out in a system does not mean the end user receives it. But it was Sunday. Sunday was a lot less people than Saturday. So if he didn't hear the call and his phone never went off, he probably was like, but you got to be a little psychotic. You got to have someone on a scooter constantly going, who are they calling? And don't they announce these schedules like pretty quickly? Like it's not a staggered schedule. It's pretty lined up, meaning, streetcar shootout, then six-shift elite, then index classes, then, extreme 20. Like it's consistent all along unless they stagger shit for the hell of it. I would understand it if any other cars missed the call, but no one else did. Okay, devil's advocate, William R. Devil's advocate, because I don't care. They didn't want him there. Think about it. Devil's advocate, I have no dog in this fight. The number one qualifier of stick shift elite was not sought after hardcore to come up to the lanes. He could make the case, and again, you can do many leaps and bounds. he can make the case that I was excluded from it because I had the fastest car. But I still think Joel should have paid attention. But again, in his mind, from his point of view, the Jedi are evil. I don't know. Cletus said he is making a pass tomorrow at 4 p.m. with or without Grannis. Okay, he can make a pass all he wants. Again, I don't know. I'm not keeping up. I would not accept Grannis. He had a counter offer, and I think it should happen at nighttime so that the track is cool and we don't have to fight the sun. Again, World Cup is different. Exactly, HHR. HHR says, benefits Garrett to run now that the data they have and not in Maryland with different conditions. Round 3, qualifying runs. Cletus versus Grannis, and you raise the pot. People side bet, blah, 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 blah. For what? Fucking $25,000, $50,000? How many people are going to be on Flow Racing? I get it. He probably wants his own media company to see that. But this is a grudge race now. This is now a grudge race. Because Grannis feels he was slighted. The people at BMP were like, bro, pay attention. We put big speakers up. We texted your ass. Cornelius Grayley does have a good point saying, just because you're pushing texts out doesn't mean people are receiving them. So everyone has valid points here. I, for the sport, want to see the bad guy, Joel Grannas, wear the black hat, and Cletus and all his fans at the biggest race of the year, which is World Cup. Come on. Don't think they were scared of Joel. I don't know, Emilio. He was number 1 qualifier, 5-0 Milo. You're saying they weren't. John in the house says, I had no problem hearing classes being called, and I heard stick shift class called, and then John was in the bathroom probably. He was in the tower. John was in the tower taking a piss. I heard it fine. I don't know what you're talking about. That shit was clear as day. As a racer, you know the class you run, order, and how close you're running. You know the class before. I agree. And again, because a lot of people are going to take everything I take out of context, which seems to be very common nowadays. Oh, I got a lot of shit to address tomorrow, but I don't know. I might let it lie. Got a couple texts that made me go, I don't know. It's conflicting information coming in, you know. So I prefaced everything by saying Joel Grannas should have been up there. 3 out of the 4 cars knew to be up there. You didn't. Okay, we're here now. Fuck it, right? Now there's a grudge race in play. Let's get this grudge race extended with way more eyeballs on it than it'll ever have by doing it at World Cup in a couple of weeks. Come on. That's the way to do it. If you want to really sell tickets, that's the way you do it. If you want Flow Racing to have crazy streaming, that's the way you do it. Last big WCF call out was over $100,000 pot. 2JZ, S2K, forgot who he raced. Flow Racing will be yelling into the mic. Shit's annoying as hell. Senior with the info. Cletus trying to get into the grudge race game, I guess. Most of the heavy hitters, stick cars, didn't do well at FL2K. Maybe they picked Grannis on purpose. Okay, got you. I don't know. Don't mess with Senior. Grab the calculator. That being said, I never heard a call for Grannis specifically. I did hear other individuals specifically called by their name. Regardless of what you think of Joel Grannas, he should get this respect.
Brent LaSalla, please come to the staging lanes, please. Brent LaSalla, we need you to the lanes, please.
That's what needs to happen with racers of that caliber, whether you like them or not. Whether you like them or not. If I join a race, right, and y'all hate my fucking guts, you ain't doing shit in person except talk behind my back to my boss, ask for my number. And I race, right? And people are there to see me. And there was controversy around the fact that I didn't get notified that a race was happening. Of course I'd have some shit to say. But again, I prefaced everything by saying that Joel should have been there. Joel should have paid attention. It is up to the racer to get to the staging lanes. But now we have people that were on the ground saying, I did not hear Joel specifically get called. Maybe they thought he broke. Maybe they thought He is the #1 qualifier. He is the #1. He is the cream of the crop. He is the man. All weekend, he was in the 6s. Come on. Streets aren't wide enough for me to pick up your cousin. Wow, what's happening? What's up, John Long with the truth? He's talking all that shit. Gotta strike when the fire is hot, I guess. John Long with the heat. I can't see shit. Cletus will make money because I guarantee he'll make a video about it. And that's okay. Look, you want to make even more video about it? You make a grudge race happen at World Cup round 3, nighttime. Everybody behind the cars. $15,000 now. Put that shit in a pot. It gets blown up to let's see if you could have a 6-figure grudge race during qualifying at nighttime at World Cup. Come on. This is so easy. You want to have a random race on a Tuesday in the middle of the day? No. You wait until World Cup. As someone who has been the heel and understands how to be the bad guy, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Promoters, track owners shouldn't participate in events with payouts because it allows room for speculation when something like this happens. I'm not saying they did something, but the fact that people that have a vested interest in, I don't know. Again, it's like the escalator gate over with Trump over at the United Nations. Trump was over the United Nations. He went to get on the escalator. Somebody shut it off. Ooh. Then he went to the teleprompter, and before he made a speech, teleprompter was off. Oh. They're fucking with him. I'm not saying they're fucking with Joel Grannas. You should have been there, but we're here now. We're trying to make you a lot of money. 2 stick shift titans battle out at World. Exactly. Could you imagine? What is the Miller, the gentleman Miller? Let me see if anyone's texting me saying, yes, please push this agenda. If everyone is just on him nonstop. So I would do this, Joel Grannas. I would say, no, thank you. I will see you at World Cup round 3. Be there, be square. And we'll see what the pot gets up to by the time we get up there. Put in your half, put in your side, and go from there. What's happening here? The round you missed was during the day we were racing, day night. Grannas says, I just got back from missing 4 days of work already. It's a Tuesday and a 3-hour trip to get there. I can race at 8. 15,000 should cover. What if he loses? Exactly. Nope. Sorry, Grannas, 100% right. You should wait until World Cup. That is Jason Miller. Thank you. Jason Miller. Wouldn't you love to have the baddest race of the year and with a little cherry on top, have one of the bigger social media influencer car guys in the world versus one of the OG legitimately fast badass stick shift racers go up against each other in the middle of qualifying at nighttime, like premium optimum conditions. I can see it now. I can see 53 degrees, DA negative 1,000, both cars doing a burnout. And what you do for that race, Jason Miller, is this. Do not, fuck the tags. Fuck the tags. We want weed. We want all the drugs behind the starting line. We want everybody high as shit. Everybody. We need guys with wads of money in the back with all the black hoodies. I got left lane. I got right lane. Da-da-da-da-da. You let that grudge race happen. Please. I would love to see that for the culture. Because what we're seeing now with racing is all this sideshow shit ruining racing. So if you want to bring a little grudge action to a legitimately Billy Badass race that is held during the best time of year at one of the better tracks, let it happen. It'll be an event. It'll be stupid. It'll be dumb. You could have fireworks going off in the background. You could do the craziest shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Joel said in his first video that there was no call. But later in the video, he said there was one call, but he did not know where or why, and he didn't hear. This is the call that supposedly went out. It said, I need all 3 stick shift classes to the staging lanes right now. Right? So I don't know if you've ever been to an event. When Lund Racing has gone to multiple events, FL2Ks, TX2Ks, and World Cups, sometimes I don't know. We don't know that we were called until we see people in our class start to roll up. You've seen that. We're sitting there and we're like, "Oh shit, where are you going?" They called us. What? There were 6 guys in the pits. 6 guys in the pits, talking shit, taking the piss, hanging out, doing nothing, and then we see cars in our class start to move up, and whoa, we hustle and get back in the car. That's happened many times before. Joel with, oh, stop it, Coyote Collector. Neutral Party okay, Killstart Racing says, Neutral Party holds lock-in, punk out, and they meet at World Cup for the pot. First round of stick shift. No, 3rd round of qualifying. That's how it should go. Build hype. Get people talking. Why do I want the 3rd round of qualifying to happen? Data. Typically, by the 3rd round, you have a handle on the track. This off-the-trailer bullshit is stupid. One of them is his home track. He lives there. The other dude is in Port St. Lucie somewhere. And his closest track is probably Orlando. So this off-the-trailer shit is shenanigans. It's bullshit. Let's do a fair race. Let's go to a track, best conditions, and we will be on our 3rd hit. Each of us will be on our 3rd hit, and then we can have our grudge race. Come on, stop it. Everyone, you might hate my guts. You might think I'm an asshole. You know I'm right. It's a whole camp's job to listen, to pay attention. SCG Racer. I've been to events, I've missed the call, and only by seeing other cars go by did I notice that our class was called. So stop it. World Cup 2 Titans battling it out. We need Michael Buffer to announce. Nighttime, cool air, and all that track tightens up. Best time to race MIR is in the evening. Grannas said WCF, he is ghost watching. Fucking. There we go. We need you to say, I'll see you at World Cup for the grudge race. Neutral ground, better conditions, 3rd round, everyone has data, money goes up. Come on, this is easy shit. I shouldn't be giving this out for free. Well, definitely 3rd round qualifying gives them both 2 passes to make their shit the best it can be. Maybe it's all on purpose. Maybe they'll want a grudge race. I'm okay with that. One is going to spin off the rip, and it'll be anticlimactic. 32 videos, you're right. Grannas is ghost watching. Joel is taking your advice. 8 p.m. tomorrow or WCF, says Cornelius Grayley. Oh, nobody watches the show. Here it is. Oh, yes, sir. Come on. That's right. Cletus McFarland. It says, flip for choice. Otherwise, see you at WCF, and we'll run it there. Joel Grannas, don't give them any options. You will run it at World Cup. You negotiate at World Cup. It's not that you're denying the race. What you're doing is you're saying, I want to make it fair for everyone. Hey, I want to. Grannas, if I were you, oh, brother, you got to be a wordsmith, right? You would say, I don't want people to think that you have an unfair advantage by me going to your track as a working gentleman that works for a living. I have to take my whole operation and shut down early just to get there in a track that you own or half own. And you have the advantage. You could probably have better data, more data. I have to go to work and sling Tremex. For a living. So I'm sorry. I'm going to prepare for this properly. And I want to make sure that there's no shenanigans and that no one thinks there's favoritism happening. And we'll see you at World Cup. Because I'm willing to race you, but at World Cup. That is the way it should be done. That's the move. Grannas is playing it smart. Exactly. Whoa, what's going on with Phil Fez? Jesus, Phil Fez, what's going on with you? Tim Hogg says, I'll say this, sitting from the pits, hard to hear the announcements on the track. Radio station when they were blasting music over the announcement. And don't forget, half of the time, it's like, hey, man, wow, look at this guy's car, this a Corvette, and then the other times it's like,
oh,
what did you? I called you. I'm sorry, I called you. And it happens at every track, not just that track. This is fun. This show's gonna help build the hype for the race. Exactly. Look, call me whatever the fuck you want, but for the culture, this is badass. OG Grannas fell. There's a whole storyline here. Grannas feels slighted. Does Grannas think that the whole crew was against him, and knowing he was the number one qualifier, they were too scared to race him? Oh, make it like a wrestling event. Make it like a wrestling event. Well, look here, brother. Come World Cup, your ass is grass, and I'm gonna defeather that bald eagle of yours. What you gonna do when the billet 2JZ and the Black Magic? What kind of clutch does he have? I don't know what fucking kind of clutch does he have. I don't know. This is literally what you hear. The pit should have seen their class moving through. Look, this is gonna be a quickie, it'll be an hour, but I think it's a good emergency live because I could see both sides of the story. Garrett was like, I'm not race control. I'm just racing. Yeah, I own half of the track, but I'm just racing. And if I somehow was able to hear it, but where is he pitted? Right? Like, right, premium. And Grannas, you know what? You guys can make fun of Grannas all you want, crybaby, this and this and that. Is he not a working man? Is he not a working man? Is he not a blue-collar dude? Does he not have a place where he sells slings transmission and works for a living every day? He would have to shut down his shop. He's putting up his own hard-earned money. Not that Cletus isn't. But I'm sorry, guys. This is to me, a corporation against the little guy. It just so happens that the little guy is quicker and faster. That's all. One of them is a big, massive corporation. BP. Shell. And Grannas is like little mom and pop, corner store. So you could ride nuts all you want, but if you're a blue collar, hardworking guy, you know who you're going for. You know who you're going for. Go eat a Jimmy John. That's going to dig deep for that. Peasant Chat should sponsor this. WWF of drag racing. Sounds like someone's got local. Kind of sucks. That's term I heard for the first time. So can someone give me an explanation of what local is? Grannas 316. Grannas, you can sell shirt. Could you imagine Cletus's and Grannas's windfall of shirt sales, merchandise, and then whoever is the winner? Actually, Grannas, you only got an upside. Grannas, there is nothing but up. If people think you suck, if people think you're gay, if people think you're a crybaby, what the fuck do you gotta lose? What the fuck do you gotta lose? You could play, oh, look, these big guys are bullying me. I'm just a little blue-collar, hardworking man over here. Legitimate. And they're bullying me. And they're going to, and you, bro, you could generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in shirt sales. I'd wear the Grannas 316 shirt. They just did a track update video where they claimed they spent $1 million in upgrades and a bunch of that money went into the new PA system. But we're also hearing Clint's joke that you couldn't really hear it that much. Gonna buy a Grannas Tremec. Fuck the ops. Yes, and that is the thing, Jasso. If Nick Coleman shows up with wheelie bars, because there are rumors that now that they're allowing wheelie bars into the class, what's to stop somebody with showing up with big floppies and just going, come on. It's just like all the all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive. Cleanest crew had the advantage, and what was his excuse? Oh, I own the track. Of course, I run it on every day. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Nobody went to look for number one qualifier. Weird. Hatch 450SX says, nobody went to look for the cream of the crop. For the cream of the crop. If Cletus wasn't called personally for the lanes, we would be bullying Victor. Don't know what that means. BMP owners chat going wild right now. Local by the homies means he got hustled. Damn. Oh, Slow 99 says Cletus is spending Jimmy John's money. Joel is spending his own money. Woo! I simply read the chat. Local by the homies. Winner gets Kyle's ass. I'm good. I'd lose. Grannis, if you're still in here, make Grannis 316 shirts, please. Joel Grannas, what day is it? Okay, when's World Cup? Fuck, I gotta take these glasses. I can't see shit. Okay. World Cup. What is it called? Hall Tech World Cup 2025. 2025. When is it? Import versus November 9th. Wait. What? November 5th through the 9th. So, Joel Grannas, this is what you're going to do right now because you are a blue-collar man. You are a real blue-collar man. Start making shirts now. Start making shirts. Start making shirts right now. Homeboy makes shirts all the time, so he's good. He's covered. He's good. If you start making shirts to lean into the culture and have a heel vibe, but you play the blue collar man card, bro, I can't believe I am giving all this away for free. Oh, I should be a promoter. Wheelie Bar Rule still weird. Sucks becoming nostalgia pro stock, but with power adders. Amnesia is contagious. No one went to look for the Bambino. Hey, the number 4 batter is up. Who's the number 4 batter? Babe Ruth. Fuck it. Skip him. Go to number 5. What? You're going to skip the Bambino? That's his fault. He's eating hot dogs and in the bathroom fucking off. You see all the newest Facebook posts? They're trying to rerun it tomorrow. Yes, but I don't think they should. Grannis better show up to Cletus's call. No, he should not. No, he should not. This is a business at this point. At this point, Grannis, take it all away and say, God damn it, Alex has a bunch of good points. I think I should run this at World Cup where there's a neutral track, third pass after getting some data at nighttime. Money goes up. Also curious about the YOLO Raceworks thing. Yeah, that'll be addressed on another show. 30 days to work it. I'm telling you. All I'm saying is if Joel's invested in Mitchell Marketing Group, he would have learned his skill. Slow 99. One thing you never want to do is get on Slow 99's bad side. He knows everything and everything about you. No, Grannis hasn't gone 630s. I think he's gone 660s. I think cars are comparable. I think it's a fair, obviously, driver's race. To be fair, Phil, that queer 100% burned him down, whether you're a fan of him or not. That shit was gay as fuck and typical on the baby. Don King Flores. Can't make 316 shirts. There's a shop named 316. Damn. You don't got the heart. Love seeing Coleman testing. GLD, often shit is rowdy. Yes, GP Grannis car has definitely been faster. Yesterday's price, I'm glad Slow 99 is in the Amory. Dude can find anything. YOLO douchebag, says Nathan. If Grannis runs at a double World Cup, more money, more hype, more fair. And again, you could say, I know the people probably at Bradenton don't like to hear this. But at the end of the day, it's not about you guys. It's about the culture at this point. It's bigger than you. It's about, let's get a venue that is neutral so that there is no home field advantage. Let's get the money up. Let's get shirt sales. Let's get something percolating so that not only do you want to see the baddest racing on the planet at World Cup and the best weather and the best teams and the best international guys, but you want to see a very hyped up stick shift grudge race. Come on. Is Brett LaSala doing a giveaway? No, that's another company, a parts company. We won't mention them here. We don't give anyone free shit. Stop snitching on the Patreon. Slow 99 on fire. Damn, should be back on Patreon. I don't know why you leave. Patreon is where everything happens. Grannis must run aerospace brakes. I mean, he'll definitely come to a stop. Oh, shit. Bro. So, okay, we got 5 minutes left on this emergency live. We got about 430 people. Again, let's recap. Joel Grannas feels he was slighted at FL2K, that they didn't call him to the lanes. He was number 1 qualifier, and whether you hate him or like him, you can see it from his point of view, and you can also see it from Bradenton staff and Garrett and everyone else's point of view that you should have been up in the lanes. You should have been up there. Everyone else was. But I can see it from Joel Grannas' point of view, where he went back in the video and saw that they didn't really specifically call him. They called all 3 classes, and he was late, but he feels he was slighted. Then he was called out by Garrett for $15,000 at 4 p.m. in Florida. No. On a radial track, a radial car, stick shift, off the trailer? No. No. You run it at World Cup, neutral ground, make shirts, get the pot higher, make some money, do it for the culture. I think that'd be great. John Lund, I did my best to recall what I heard. Most, if not all classes would, and this is John Lund Sr., probably on his second old-fashioned saying, I did my best to recall what I heard. Most, if not all classes, would call the number 1 qualifier by name and call the class. I never heard that on stick shift. Just one call, just my 2 cents worth, and I'm getting more video. What's going on here?
First time this weekend for a wiring issue. Well, get it fixed up. You'll see.
Okay, let me see.
And Chad,
Let me see what's this video. Hold on.
this weekend for a wiring issue.
Come on.
First time this weekend for a wiring issue. Well, get it fixed up. You'll see Leroy the Savage making its next pass in the stick shift class. I believe we're in the semifinals now. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for finals. I think it's going to be a Grannas finals, and it's going to be freaking sick. Everybody needs to be ready to watch that. That's where it's going to go down.
Oh, so wait a minute.
Watch that. Freaking sick. Everybody needs to be ready to watch that. That's where it's going to go down. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for finals. I think it's going to be a Grannas finals, and it's going to be freaking sick.
Everyone knew Grannas was the guy to beat. Everyone knew Grannas was the boogeyman. The boogeyman! The boogeyman. They're looking out for him. And then when they're like, hey, yo, he ain't in the staging lanes. We called him. Run it. That's what Joel thinks. I wasn't there. I was literally at the beach, hanging the fuck out. West Palm Beach, having a great old time. Okay, so Tiny Break Maker looks at Joel's card. Nope, those aren't ours. Don't call them up directly. Stop it. Grannas has been the best at 663, and the Leroy has ran a 681. Doug Cook says you ain't shit. Then why was he texting me last night? Trying not to, another live. Jack Racing needs spectacle to get hype and attention. This YouTube Street Outlaws isn't where it's at. This YouTube Street Outlaws, guess what? This is where we're at right now. It's either this or takeovers. So you either see a $25,000 or $30,000 or $50,000 grudge race at World Cup round 3 of qualifying, so they get some data, neutral ground, or it just somebody races at 4 p.m. in the middle of nowhere, hot as fuck. And then there's excuses. Nah, I want to extend this. I want to hype it up for a very long time. All right, guys, that'll be it for the emergency live. So what do you think? Do you think Grannas should race him tomorrow, 4 p.m. or 8 p.m.? Or do you think Grannas should wait until World Cup, get a little more, a little more traction on this thing? Because, he has a business to run, and so does Homeboy. But I would rather see it at World Cup, better conditions, neutral ground. It'll be interesting. So I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll pick up where we left off, see if anything develops overnight. But we got other things to talk about on Talking Shit Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow, 8 p.m. Have a good rest of your night, guys. I'll see you later.